Pushing through the fear. You know, I'm real fortunate for the last 6 years of my life to have been able to do some hobbies, side quests. Started out, I wanted to, in my 30s, mid-30s, while I had a little bit of youth, become an amateur boxer. Finish off becoming an amateur boxer where I, started in my 20s. And I got to a stage with boxing where I had maxed out the comfort. And the next stage was going to be very uncomfortable, and I was scared. What happened next, it scared the daylight out of me. And I'll move on to the next thing. I started racing motorcycles after that. And it's a little bit different than boxing, where I started off in my 20s. I had over a decade of experience. When it came to motorcycles, I didn't have that much experience. I thought I did, a little bit of experience on the road, but I really didn't. And the comfort, the racing in the novice, even the inters, that was fairly easy. And then when I got to the stage of advanced, I hit a brick wall of fear. And with boxing and in motorcycles, and there's probably a few other examples I could think of here in a second, but those two examples, in order for me to excel at both of those, I would have to basically become insane. The insanity it takes to push through those levels of fear to become successful, is it worth it? That's the question. That differs from person to person. But was it worth it for me, a 36-year-old boxer, to push through the fear of, I would come home and I'd be concussed. My wife could tell. She's like, you're really off. And, that takes a toll on you. And racing motorcycles, you don't come home concussed, but if I took a few dips where I broke a few ribs, you are screwed. You're out of commission. You can't get out of bed. You almost have to have your wife. I also had to have my wife help me out to the bathroom. No, I'm not, but maybe I am serious. Maybe that is true. If I got hurt enough, I could be wheelchair bound. And, that kind of leads me to my next evolution of what I want to do next. Is whatever I'm going to start next in life is going to be easy at first. Well, I shouldn't say easy. It's going to be calm. The growing pains of starting out might persist, but it's going to be fairly easy. But it's the fear at that, that final stage that really, you have to make the decision. Starting a business, the risk there. It's making that decision on whether you want to put the insanity on and get through that next stage. Because if you want to you got to put the blinders on to become successful. You have got to get over that fear. And some things are worth it. Some things aren't, like boxing. Is it worth it for me to be, in my early 40s, a journeyman boxer? Well, some people think it is. I've concluded that it's not. It gives me great fitness, and if some dude picks a fight with me at a bar, I could, percentage-wise, probably kick his ass. But that, is that important? Well, some people it is. To me, I've concluded it's not. Racing motorcycles. Yeah, it's fun. But, now I thought to myself, I can almost have the same fun racing cars. Now that's cool. I get to build up these vehicles, have these, I'm probably not going to get the return on money, but now I get to have build up these classic vehicles and have them valuable vehicles for sale. So when it comes to, and I know I'm rambling on, but when it comes to whatever endeavor, you're going to hit a little bit of fear. And it's the getting over the fear, almost like mind fucking yourself, that little bit of insanity to get through that, which makes you successful. Because I could have been successful at boxing. Now, people's determination of success with boxing is being Floyd Mayweather 0-50 or 50-0. Floyd Mayweather, like, undefeated. Mike Tyson, just majority knockouts. No, to be successful at boxing, you just have to be a good boxer to be better than 99% of the world. To be a good motorcycle rider, you just have to be faster than 99%, 90% of the world. That's what's fun. Now, the big question, is it worth the risk? If you want to be a business that produces something, distributes something, makes something, but it's a risky startup, is it worth it? Cletus McFarland had to dump all of his money into the racetrack. Was it worth it in the end? Looking at his happiness on the screen, and I'm sure he's an actor. He could be faking it, but the level of insanity he had to overcome, he had to implement to become successful,